honestly, when you guys were saying you're not bashing on unis, I'm bashing on unis.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Hello everyone. This is the first ep of BlessedPod. Today we got a hectic guest. He's a good friend of mine. Known him for a couple of years. Started with him in real estate, and I don't know. We've just been tight ever since. He came a long way to be here, to come to my place, and to speak with Ali and I, and to give you guys some insights into, I guess, his life and what he's been up to, and I guess giving his feedback on what success and stuff means to him, and just how to be successful in his own way and stuff. But we'll get into it now. We got a pretty good one planned for you guys today. He's like a brother to me. He's like a brother to us. Hopefully you guys get a bit of an insight into, why him and I are tight, because I'm tight with people, when we're on that wave and we're vibing, we just click and shit. So without further ado, like to introduce my guy.
You want to describe him?
Oh, you want me to describe him?
Yeah, for sure.
Good one, babe. Good one. So, fuck, this is getting a bit of a jizz. Sorry, babe. He's from Canberra. All right, he's from Canberra. Originally moved to Sydney. He's an ex-accountant. He's in real estate. He's got a resort in Bali. This guy's got we joke around. We're asset rich, but cash poor. We joke about it. We've been joking about it for ages, but it's true. But I mean, I don't know. Hold him very dear to my heart. But yeah, without further ado,
Nick.
I'd like to welcome Nick Teal, everybody. Woo!
What's happening?
Fucking knife, Nick. I'll just
Hey,
adjust this
guys.
for you, bro. Yeah, talk.
Yeah.
Did you do you justice there?
No, I
How
did
was that,
pretty
bro?
good. That was pretty good.
I'm trying to
You know-
remember all the shit, bro.
Remember all the shit that we did?
You want to
I
add
know.
what else he hasn't mentioned?
Huh? Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I'm always, I get, I don't know if it's like shy about this stuff, but
Oh yeah.
when people
fine.
go, "What do you
Oh,
do?"
don't be, bro.
I'm like, I don't do anything, bro.
Oh,
And
you
then
do
it's-
heaps.
And
You do a
then
lot.
and then it's always like my mates and stuff. They're like, "Oh, he's the guy from Bali,"
Oh, that guy, the guy with
He's
the
that guy.
resort,
He's that
the guy with the connections,
Like,
the
yeah.
international connections.
Always. No, but in all honesty, yeah, you're right. So I am a part owner of Coho Air, Kohoair. You guys can look it up on Instagram. It's like a boutique hotel resort that we're starting up. It's our first one. We just opened up in August last year,
Sick.
August 2019. And sorry, I think I sound like a little bit stuffy, but it's all right. Anyways, yeah, we started up August. We launched August last year. It's done pretty well. Ever since it's like the start of Feb now. So we've had like over 90% occupancy for the
Wow.
first
Wow.
4 months of operation. Man, it's been pretty crazy.
Wow, and Bali's really competitive with the resorts and the hotels and accommodations. So having a 90% occupancy
Yeah.
since launch is pretty good, man. That's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
awesome. Fuck.
And yes, thanks, bro. So we're doing that now. We're on to building our second one.
Yep.
And maybe, I don't know if some of you guys will see it, but like I just launched an ad, so it'll be popping up in your Facebook soon.
Hey, yes, retargeting. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
that's it, bro.
Yeah. Sick, bro. So
Yeah.
so you got the resort, man. You got a pretty long lineage of real estate experience, and you used to work in it. We used to work together in it for a
That's
brief
true.
period. And you've been on like a bunch of ventures, with your own business partners, and just the connections that you made. I guess in your lifetime, even before and after we kind of connected. So you kind of been on your own wave, man, which is freaking awesome. It's been so long, but we'll get into kind of what we were gonna. Yeah, did you wanna take the reins? Now?
Okay. So we're just gonna do some standard introduction questions for the BlessedPod. So we're gonna start off with Nick. Name 3 ways you are blessed today.
Yeah. I like these questions, by the way.
You're welcome.
FYI.
Yeah, we just kind of made it up, man. We're trying to make this a bit,
I made most of
interactive.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
she did all the work, man.
Most of it, eh?
Let's be real.
Okay, so name 3 ways that I'm blessed. Look, I'm gonna have to say number 1 is definitely, without a doubt, like how grateful I am for my family, especially my mom.
100.
Yeah.
Like at the top of the list, it has to be my mom. And you know, growing up in like a traditional family, where the job was what they wanted us to do, get a career, settle down. That's why it's ex-accountant. You know, and you know, the moment I stepped out, she did question it, but she was also really supportive. So there's no way I would be able to get to where I am if it wasn't for her. So
100.
first and foremost, mom. Then I'm gonna say just grateful for just the friendships and relationships like you guys.
Thank you.
That yeah.
course, bro.
So like along the way, it's crazy how it happens. But if I like in hindsight, if I think about it now, there's it's just really funny how things come together. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, how long have we known each other now? Like 4
man.
years, 3 years, or something like that.
Yeah, I think almost, not even like 2.5 years.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
It feels longer, right?
Yeah,
But,
it feels a lot longer though. Yeah, 100%.
but if you asked me 3 years ago, or 2.5 years ago, would we be doing something like this now?
Nah, man.
We-
Nah, definitely
It
not,
isn't like
man.
that. So a
Nah.
lot's changed, and you know, I never think things
Would pan out the way they did,
like
man. Yeah.
it's nothing happens by coincidence in a sense.
Yep.
You know, it's all in some way planned. And so the third thing that I'm blessed about is, I guess the most important thing was to be born in a time and age where we're given the opportunity to do what we want to do.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you guys doing the
Sure.
podcasting.
Huge.
You know, in the age
What
of
a time
social
to be
media,
alive.
yeah.
What a
like,
time.
our parents didn't get this opportunity. So the way I see it is, you know, I was not even middle class growing up. You know,
Yeah.
I was under middle class.
Yeah.
But my parents got us here from, you know, they're the first ones
From
that
the
migrated
dirt to
from the dirt.
fucking, we made it.
Yeah.
Not even we made it, but like, you know, we're good. Like,
Yeah, we're good. We're in a
yeah.
real good place.
Yeah.
And to me, I think it's up to my it's my responsibility
100%.
to like take that to the next level.
100%.
Where are they from?
Laos and Vietnam.
Mm.
So they came over in the war. And
Wow.
Ooh.
I didn't know that,
Didn't
bro.
know that either.
There you
Yeah.
go. Wow,
Is
it's
it-
like that.
it's like that.
That's
man.
crazy, man.
So they came over from the war and they started from like zero
Yeah.
and built up.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, it's more than just showing appreciation for that, but you know, for what I'm doing today is like for my grandkids down the future, you know.
Mm.
Yep. Fucking
Paper
that's
that we
it.
make
Yeah, yeah.
today
Yeah.
so that they can eat in the future.
100%, man.
That's how
Fucking
I see
oath.
it. So yeah.
All right, sweet, man. Yeah, go for it. All right. So the next question, like, it's still around the same a concept of being blessed, but like, have you always felt that way? Like, considering everything that you've kind of just mentioned, like, have you always felt that way? I mean, there was probably that turning point, right? Like, when did you start feeling like the way you feel now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it like a turning point?
Yeah.
Or has it always been like you've
You've
been
always
grateful,
just been
blessed,
working,
and-
grateful and blessed and gratitude, all that, you know what I mean? Like, when did that happen for you?
We're gonna get a little deep now.
Okay, but that's what we're
This
that's what it's
way-
about, G.
this- So,
go.
Don't mind me, my armpits are just sweating heaps. Bro, so I'm
I've
just,
seen that.
I'm like,
bro.
I don't know why I'm sweating so much, bro.
Do you want to be under the AC?
Nah,
too, bro?
I'm all right, but I don't know. I'm getting the AC, man. It's weird, eh? Yeah. When did you get
So
into that,
turning
bro?
point. Look, it was more of a like think about it now. It's a bit of a self-realization when you
Yep.
develop a certain level of self-awareness about yourself, and
Yep.
I preach this a lot. How important it is just to know yourself, you know.
Huge.
And when you know yourself, you don't actually realize how blessed you are until you look deeper
Yeah.
into
Mm.
that. So right now, I could say that I was blessed my whole life with everything that happened. Like,
Yeah.
even from birth, man. Like, I was the one that won that race, right? From
Yeah.
birth.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, before that, parents surviving the war and getting out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. True.
And now, but honestly, I didn't realize it till I was like, well, I'm 29 now. So when I was 23,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
it was
Oh
late.
my lord.
It was late, but that I realized that because that's how long it took for me to really start to understand self-awareness.
Yeah.
And then when you understand that, you sort of start thinking, okay, it's like, you know how there's those 4 levels, like you know that you know that you don't know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't know that you know, and then
Yeah,
you
that's
don't know that
saying.
you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's the bit when you know that you know, then you can start thinking, okay, there's things being put in my path, but that's only because I'm putting myself on the right path.
Right. We're getting really deep right now.
Yeah.
This is insane.
This is good.
No, but I get what you mean, man. Because
Yeah.
I think you mentioned 23, but before 23, would you say you're not really grateful? You're just like, all right, I'm gonna live paycheck to paycheck. Like, what was like?
Oh, that's
Like
the thing.
what-
You're always so grateful, though.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
always
right.
so grateful.
Right.
But you don't realize that you're grateful. It's kind of just like
Oh.
your natural state.
Right.
That's what I mean by being self-aware.
Oh, so
when you
that
learn-
just like propelled you to like
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 2,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh
So
shit, I'm
it's like
grateful.
Super Saiyan blue.
And now you're blue. We keep improving, right?
Yeah.
That's
that's-
okay, cool. Yeah.
So that's there's with that turning point or that trigger is like you guys are good people. Your friends.
Thanks, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks,
Your
bro.
friends
You're a sicker.
are probably like really good people too. I
100%.
haven't met them, but I've met a few of them, and they're already really good people. I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can sense that,
Mhm.
and it comes to a point where, that's all you do. You're being yourself, so you're being humble, you're being nice to others, and all that. But then, when you start doing this self-development stuff and self-awareness, you're like, shit, okay, that's me as a person. That's cool. Now I know that I'm doing that stuff, and I continue to do that stuff because that'll bring, good karma, good things my way, and it'll put me in the right place at the right time for the right things to come my way.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you wanna add anything to that? I had something to say, man. Like when you were talking about self improvement, self development, and like that whole self actualization stage that you kind of that turning point when you were 23, it really just shows how like you going back to this when you said we're in that time, like this time, like all across the whole spectrum of time, right, in general, and we're here, whatever, 2020, all this technology and all that, right? And then you're talking about how that whole personal development, whole self-actualization, whatever, being woke or just being on another level, like mentally and spiritually, just taking everything, like your entire spiritual being onto that next level. This concept wasn't even around 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it's
100%.
so new in time and space in general. Like this concept is so new that we're just starting to kind of figure shit out with it. So when we're trying to like manifest and do all this Tony Robbins, type shit, it's still so new. We just don't know how to like, use it to our advantage, if you know what I mean. Because like we're in the system, and the system tells us to be this way, and we're pumped out, a certain way, and we're just supposed to be, workers or whatever, for lack of a better word. But when you're trying to take another path and you're trying to figure shit out by yourself, and you're trying to use tools that people have kind of given you, or like that you've come across, in your time, to kind of lead you on a similar path of like a different life, right, than the norm. I mean, it's such a new thing, and I think a lot of people are still trying to find how to do that for themselves. But it is for the esoteric few. There's not a lot of people that are willing to do that for themselves. And just going back, I mean, it's such a small circle, like of like-minded people, that when you do find and you connect and you click with people, you just want to hang around with them like a lot more. Where you're from, where I'm from, there's let's be honest, there's not a lot of people. Like we're not, we don't hang around, people that own businesses and shit like that. It's not a thing, right? So we have to really push to get out of our comfort zone, hang around people, and when we meet people like us, like you, man, we really like to make that relationship last a long time. Because it's like a social support network group that we just keep each other accountable, keep each other pushing forward. But yeah, man, you know me, bro. Like I was trying to do this whole podcasting like almost a year and a half ago, and I'm just like umming and ahhing and fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it type shit. And then I was just like, and then she encouraged me, and then I'm like, all right, you know what?
Yeah,
If she's if she's more down for it than I am, then fuck it, I gotta do it now. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much I can do, but if she's down for it, then I'm gonna fucking do it too. So, yeah, man, fuck, that's what a way to start that. I mean, we're just over 15 minutes in, but we'll get into the rest of the questions. Love, can you take over this thing, please?
All right, so let me see. Perfect, I really like that. Okay, so the next one is, what do you currently do, and why do you do what you do?
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Let's go, baby.
So where's my resume at?
It's all all the shit that I said at the start before I introed him, before he started talking. Yeah, I talked him up, but he'll tell you that it's not all glitter and gold type shit, right? Go.
Oh yeah, of course.
I know. Yeah,
There's
go.
never glitter and gold.
100%.
I mean, it sounds nice to say, yeah, I own like a
This and
hotel,
that, yeah.
but that's like blood, sweat, and tears. You
Yeah.
know?
Sure.
100%.
Okay, so what I do now, I'm more of anything. I'm an investor. That's to put it short. So anything from real estate, commercial real estate. That's what I invest in. Obviously, there's the Bali thing as well, which was a bit of even a step outside my comfort zone when I started. But
Yeah.
so is that. I also have an e-com business that's running right now.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
doing okay.
Yes.
It's picking up.
Yes.
Good.
So
I like to hear that. Yeah.
e-com, which is another big thing as well that you guys should tag along and have a look at.
100%.
So there's that. I'm also in the startup game. Soon, this year, I'll be launching a new startup later in the year.
Let's go.
That's
It's
good.
yeah. There's two of them that I'm still trying to figure out which I'm gonna do, and I'll release that later. But it's
Ooh.
in artificial intelligence, bro.
Oh, AI, baby. Let's go. Fuck. Yeah.
So there's that one, and yeah. So what I basically do as a whole is I have I guess my own philosophy of making wealth, right?
Right. Yep.
And it's not none of this. Like, I'm not too extreme. I'm more we're in middle class. How do we get out middle class into the upper class? And the safest way to do that, because a lot of people are risk averse, and even though I've got like all these investments outside, which is kind of risky, I'm still pretty tame.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty conservative. I look at all the numbers, make sure it looks all good, at least put myself in the best position to look good.
Yep.
So the way that I'm trying to create wealth is have my active source of income.
Yep.
For those of you that should probably look up like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki.
Really good one.
Huge.
Very good one.
Big book.
Game changer. That one.
Actual
sure.
game changer.
Game changer.
So you got like your active and your passive incomes, right? So my active income will support every single passive investment that I make. And that's what I want. You want your passive income to eventually pay for all your expenses.
Yep.
And whatever you're making actively is just going to your savings account.
Yep.
So for those of you that are wondering, I think I started just saving up every single dollar I had from like 25 to 27. And that's when I could make the move to get into the game. So if I didn't do that shit, like none of this would happen.
Right. Oh man, it's huge, man. It's huge.
Delayed gratification is such a big thing.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't go festivals for like 7 years, bro. I didn't do anything for so
Yeah.
long. Like it's
pretty hard.
It's a sacrifice, man.
For sure.
100%.
and I have the worst FOMO.
Yeah.
I have
Right.
the worst
Knowing you
FOMO.
now, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But it's good that you mentioned that, bro, because it's huge, especially when you get out of high school and you're fucking in the real world, right?
Yeah.
So you take any job, you know, and if it pays well, you're gonna stay there. And because
Yeah.
you have a kind of your own understanding of money and what that money in that time will give you, and you know when you're, for lack of a better word, immature, like I was when, like maybe a lot of us when we
all,
got out
we
of
all
high
were
school.
like that when we
I'm
started.
like, yep, I'm gonna get this job. All right, it pays well. I can get this. This is mad. I can go out, this and that, right? Whatever, right?
Mm.
And then I think a couple of years in, I don't know, before I met her or whatever, I realized, like you said, I need to fucking save. I need to save. And I don't know what I'm saving for, but I need to fucking save. And
How old when you started saving, by the way?
so I got my real job at like 18, 19 or
And
something.
then when did you buy your first, bro?
Oh, here we go.
First property.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. So I turned 21 and I put an expression of interest, and I
There you go.
unconditional exchange on my first investment deal.
That's
But I
it.
mean, look, that was a long time in the planning. All right,
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was saving
No,
for
but that's
that
good
year.
though. It's
And-
like 2 years. Man.
Yes.
That's all it takes to change your life. People think that, you know, it's okay. Well, there's two ways you're gonna see it. You're gonna either think, "Fuck, what can I do this year that's gonna change my life?" That's never the case, man. People underestimate what they do, what they can do in
Yeah.
5 or 10 years,
Yeah.
because they're too focused on now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So if you just like extended your plan for 5 years,
yeah.
there's so much like you could get done.
You gotta
Yeah.
think more than just 12 months. Hey, you gotta really like,
yeah, bro.
you gotta like try and future proof yourself. But a
Yeah.
lot of people, that's the thing. Like a lot of people, like school didn't teach you. Definitely didn't teach me and
School
Ali.
didn't teach you
It
that,
didn't really
nah.
teach you anything.
You
But
can't teach himself, bro.
well, you gotta be self-taught, right? Here, this day and age, you gotta be self-taught because
Yeah.
Especially.
the government doesn't have your best interests at heart. The school doesn't have your
Yeah.
best interests at
That's
heart.
true.
No one has your fucking best interests at heart except you. Like,
Yeah.
with all due respect, parents, family, yeah, they're gonna be there to support you and push you, whatever. But like at the end of the day, bro, that you're gonna be living your life, bro, not them. No one
Yeah.
else is gonna be
Yeah.
living
That
your
you're
life
really
except
doing what you want to do.
Exactly right. My point exactly. So, yeah, it's good that you brought that up, man, because it's so important. Like sacrifice. Like I know Ali's sacrificed heaps, to get where she's at. We've all sacrificed
they
a
do.
We've all
lot.
done it.
We've all fucking done it, right? So, but that whole thing about sacrifice, bro, I second that, bro. I believe in that shit. That's so important. Like it really fucking is, bro. It really is.
There's
Boom, mic drop.
mic drop. Boom.
Don't drop the
That's
mic, please.
I mean, there's. I know, I'm pretty sure we'll get to it.
Oh,
throughout this
we'll
podcast
dive
for
into
sure.
it, bro. We'll dive into it, but we'll try and
Yeah.
stick on track, babe.
Yeah.
Keep us on track, babe. Sorry.
It's a hey. I'm actually real grateful that you guys got me here for episode 1. That's huge.
Oh, thanks, man. I mean, man, come on.
Sure.
When this is like 1 million followers,
Oh, man. Oh, that's.
Don't
I
worry,
mean, we're
we're
gonna.
have you back in that.
Well, no, but we'll have you. You're gonna be a regular, bro. Let's be honest,
Yeah,
bro.
for
You're a
sure.
sick cunt, bro. Of
Oh,
course, we're gonna have
bro.
you more. We're gonna have like 8 mics and everything.
Just have everyone here,
Yeah, who
Yeah.
cares? Yeah, fucking oath.
Okay, so going off, like what you went off, was like, is there a moment where you had to like take that leap? So there's that
Huge.
you have that fear when you
Mm.
first decide, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do, and it's going to be outside of tradition, as you mentioned. So especially like Asian families, so your
Viet Lao.
Viet.
Yeah, Viet and Lao, which is
And Lao.
they're big on JOBs.
There you go.
Huge.
Big
And
on
then you've also got like the
JOBs.
philos, so it's like you have to go work a job. Not to say that you shouldn't be working a job, but was there like a moment in your life where you had to take that leap and you're like, okay, I'm just, from now on, I'm going to just commit to doing your first outside of tradition thing?
Right. Yep.
Is there like a story you can tell us?
Yeah, and a lot of people are not gonna like it, and they're gonna like it because it's gonna.
Say it, bro.
It's
I
gonna
want you
be-
to cause some controversy here, bro. Please.
Well, look, I'll be honest with everyone that's listened to this podcast. You already felt it, like that. You want the telltale sign of when you should do something. It's when you're at work and you're like, FML.
Fuck
I don't want to
this.
be
Yep.
this shit. I'm done with this shit.
I'm
and
too
you
good
guys,
for this.
And the thing is, like, everyone thinks it's every week before the weekend.
Oh yeah.
On Monday when they wake up,
Yeah.
they're like, I don't want to
Monday,
be
I don't
this
wanna
shit.
be there, yeah.
And they get to Friday and like, thank God. But why should you be thankful for the weekend? Like, if you're doing what you love, then every day. There's no such thing as a weekend. I don't have a weekend,
Hamad.
man. I haven't had a
Hamad.
weekend in like 5 years.
That's so good.
5 years.
Wow.
on.
Okay.
Nah, this guy's on his grind, but
Yeah,
let's be
he
real.
is.
He's been on it, bro. He's been on it.
Yeah. Well, it's but like that's the thing. Even when I have a good time, or like even with when I'm not on my grind, I still don't think as a week that's a weekend. Because I'm just doing me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the telltale sign. I think it was
That leap that you took, bro. When was that time, bro? Well, take me through your thoughts and your feelings and your fucking emotions, bro,
Yes.
please. Because we've all been there, bro. I
We've
want
all
to
been
know
there, bro.
you, bro. I want to get to know you.
You get to know me.
Yeah,
bro.
I know there's that
It's got
moment,
deep
bro,
real
because
quick.
it fucking, bro. It was
Yeah.
probably, bro. I'll let you tell, bro.
Yeah, it's like I think I must have been. So that when I told you at
Yeah.
23,
Yes.
the whole self-awareness piece, it was my first, I would say mentor, but I didn't know he was my mentor at the time.
Yes.
So this guy called Peter Voogd.
Oh yes.
I think I've told you
Yes,
about him
you did
before.
tell me about it.
So Peter Peter, last name Voogd. He's the boy. He was killing it when he was. I think we're the same age. Oh, he's a couple of years older than me, but he was killing it back then. Already like big 6 figures in his bank account when he was like 24 or something like that. And yeah, he put something on. I think it was on Facebook, and it popped up called the Game Changers Academy. And he was just talking a lot of truth, like everything that was
That
saying
resonated
about
with you.
yeah, about the whole job thing, about how not that we're destined, but we might want to choose a different path for ourselves that's not traditional.
So paint
follow
that picture, bro. Paint that picture. You're scrolling on your phone. You're on the
Scrolling on your
fucking side of the
phone.
road or something. Bro, take me through the time, bro.
Oh man,
What did you?
So
Yeah.
scrolling
you
through my
remember?
We all
phone.
have that. We all have that.
Actually, it was my laptop.
Oh, was your laptop? Go for
So
it,
this is a while ago.
Yeah.
I was
I
I was scrolling through my laptop, and he came up and he's like, oh, do you want to start making 6 figures? Obviously, I was not making 6 figures, and I was like,
100%.
yeah, I want to make 6 figures. And then he was going, okay, you want to do this, it's all this motivational stuff. And then he goes, all right, sign up for my free 1-hour masterclass. And I was like, all right, why not? It doesn't hurt. It's free. Let's do it. I'm only investing my time, which is another important thing, by the way.
Yep.
Your most
for sure.
important asset is time. And I watched his thing, and it was talking a lot about things that I was feeling at the time that I wasn't aware of.
Yep.
Because, like you said, we're put into a machine. This is gonna be controversial now.
Yeah, do it, bro.
So we're put into a machine that we get educated, go to school to learn something. If you went to uni, you go to uni, you may or may not get into a job.
Yeah.
Like we've got this is one of those times in history where you can have everyone, like 90% of everyone has degrees.
Yep.
But 20% of them are actually doing what they're doing.
Yep.
That they learn in uni,
Yes.
right? And everyone else is just like bartending and retail
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So he was saying a lot of this stuff, and then I bought into his program.
Yep.
Like I invested. I didn't have much money back then, but I invested what I could into his program to do it for 12 months.
Yep.
And man, ever since then,
You've been on it.
I've been on it.
Yeah.
Learning about myself, learning about key things that would take me to the next level, then investing in other people, and then looking at other mentors, and that's also another thing, by the way, like how dangerous it is to get addicted to information without execution.
Oh,
that. Oh my
I think
gosh.
we've all been through that. And to give you guys a bit of insight into what that means, it's like you're just reading shit, you're looking up shit, you're doing all this self-development.
Got all this information.
You got all this information. You're just like, you're preparing for something, but you haven't been doing anything. And it's been, 1-2 years and there's been zero execution. That's kind of what Nick's trying to say.
Yeah.
The same
essentially.
with like a degree and not actually
A degree and not actually
getting
doing
any
it.
experience.
4
or
years
even
and
shadowing
100%.
Yeah.
someone that you want to be like.
The best experience is to just fucking just dive into it. Just fucking do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Why are you
definitely.
beating around the bush?
That's it. We we're taught through school how to learn really good. All right.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing you take away from university, college, high school, preschool, primary school, whatever, is how to learn, how to put yourself into like an efficient way of learning. But the
Oh,
stuff that you
yeah.
actually learn is like trash.
It's not
Did
even.
you actually finish a
I did-
degree?
Yeah.
Which one?
So I did
'Cause I saw it.
accounting.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what I majored in.
Okay.
But I did like commerce and IT.
Okay.
Ooh.
But I did none of those stuff. It really helped the accounting stuff. That's
Oh,
for
100%.
Sure.
So
At least you took
something.
something away from
Yeah,
it.
There's
yeah.
something
right?
there's some things
For
you
how
can
much
take
it
away.
costs.
Oh
It's
yeah,
crazy.
oh,
And
it's
that's
a
the thing.
fucking rip off.
It costs like 50 Gs.
Yeah.
You know what I
Christ.
could have done with 50 Gs?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
the things we could do with 50 Gs, of course, 100%.
Yeah. So
Everything you said, bro, it's true, man. Like it's
Yeah.
true. Like
so that was a switch. When you feel like, and I was working as an accountant at this time, which was even worse because I was just doing mundane shit day in, day out. And then I get home, and then this guy pops up and tells me how much I hate my life.
how
I'm
long
like,
were
yeah,
you doing
you're
that
true.
for? That accountings, full time, whatever.
Yeah, I was like full time for 3-4 years or something like that.
All right, just to be clear, guys, I'm not bashing on people that went to uni that
Yeah, for
been
sure.
doing
We're
that.
not-
You know,
no.
cool. You guys went to. I'm sure you guys, love it and work well for you, and you're probably using that degree and stuff. But what we were saying is, for people like us, the three of us here, we're definitely not the personalities to be in that environment. Like going back to the whole when you know. Right, and I know me, and I'm not gonna be in uni. I
think
know
it
this.
It depends on what you want to do, right? So
Yeah.
like we're in that like business, and I'm a PT, so I went to TAFE, not
PT
TAFE,
school.
but like a PT school. And so like if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, the standard what do you call it? Professions that need a degree.
You
Yes,
you
go
can't
to
be an
uni,
apprentice to be a doctor, bro. That doesn't happen. It
It
doesn't work that way.
But
Obviously.
if you wanted to go into business, going into business school and then getting out of business school and actually not having any real life experience,
Business
it's
experience.
like a bit,
It's a bit how you going.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
How you
It's
going.
like, what did you do for 4 years, man? You could have actually worked in business for 4
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Please.
There's different ways to go about it, different strategies.
But if you're doing that degree, good on you, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
go for it.
sure you had no other choice. You
Finish
probably had a
your
gun to your head.
degree.
I don't know. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But look, we're on our own journey and our own
Yeah.
path.
Mm.
But yeah, man, Nick, bro, I really appreciate you sharing that with us, because taking us through that whole time, and Ali and I will get into it probably some other time, like what we felt that time when we had that turning point. Huge. But
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. All right, so we'll just keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep pumping.
So, okay, so you said that you went to uni.
Yeah.
You did accounting.
Yeah.
Did you invest in other uni courses, or was that the only uni course?
No, that's the only uni course.
Okay.
As soon as I invested into that Game Changers Academy,
Yeah.
I went down the path of getting hooked on self-development.
Oh
Huge.
my gosh, I did that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I'd never invested into anything
After
outside
that. Okay.
after that.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's a bit of a lie. Like I went to real estate, but that's because I started
yeah.
understanding
Yep.
Right.
that
It's
I
fun
wanted to be
though.
in business.
It's mad. Real estate's
So,
mad.
Yeah, so that's something you have to learn the qualifications.
But let's
like
be
you
real,
said.
but you didn't really want to do the uni degree. You were kind of like our
Or did
parents
you?
said.
Like,
You were
did
kind of influenced there. Let's be real. You didn't make
Yeah,
that choice for
right.
yourself, though, right?
Honestly, when you guys were saying you're not bashing on unis, I'm bashing on unis.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Oh,
you-
fuck!
Alright.
Oh, fuck we did. Oh fuck! I'll bash on them too. Nah, I'm kidding.
Staunch up, bro. Roll up. Let's go right
Oh
now.
my But I feel you, man. I get what you mean. Like that's
and
it.
it's true. And that's the thing. Like you guys gotta realize that the unis are a business as well.
Ooh.
Did you guys think about that?
Conspiracy hour?
Not a conspiracy.
Okay, I don't know. I'm talking shit. yeah.
This lab.
Oh, 100%. Of course, man. Of course, it's a
Yeah,
business model
It's
too.
a business as well. So
it is a business.
Government gets fucking something to do that too. 100%.
they do, and they got you guys. Well, they got us for the rest of our lives when we put everything on hex and shit. So
bro,
Oh my
yes.
it's, if I'm looking from a business perspective, it's like if I'm Netflix and I charge you a subscription per month to use my service, that's what the
Mhm.
government's doing you for the rest of your life. They're assuring recurring income
Residual
for themselves.
income for the fucking. Oh god.
You
How good
guys
is that,
are
bro?
the
You just
passive
opened my
investment.
eyes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's big. Whoa.
That's huge. But it's true.
Not-
Let's be real. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
It's true.
That's true. So what was the question again? Oh, no. Yeah.
The whole what?
No, I was.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, so from the like uni degree,
Oh yeah, courses.
the courses. So you spent like the first course that you did was
for the game
outside
pages
of
thing?
uni. Yeah.
Okay, so what? How much was it?
And this
It was-
kind of
it was-
coincides with like
if
what
you
other
want
ways
to-
did you invest in yourself?
Yeah. Like if you want to
okay.
share the number,
Yeah.
because self development isn't cheap. Like people
No,
be
it's not.
buying like
Holy
festival
crap,
tickets
that's true.
instead of
Yeah.
not
I-
to say that you shouldn't go to a festival because I go to festivals, but it costs
Fuck yeah,
like say
festivals are mad.
$200.
Guilty.
It costs
100%.
$200 to go to a festival, and then there's like maybe a day course that costs $200. So
Yeah.
like, did you invest?
Yeah.
Did you really have the money? We've all
Never
been
had
through
the
that.
money. I
Yeah.
took out a credit card, and I
Ooh.
put all my self development on my credit card.
Sick.
And the first one was like 1,500.
Yep.
And that was steep because you don't know if it's like a scheme or some shit.
Yeah,
At
for
the
sure.
start. Now I know that I've done enough to know.
Yeah.
And then the next one was like 2,500, and then the next one was like the next person was Grant Cardone, which
The man.
which I
GC.
took his massive sales course, and that was a lot of money for like 12 months. Then I did like Ty Lopez, who's actually my boy now. Shout out to
Everyone
Ty.
does not like Ty Lopez at the beginning.
Yeah, look,
It's like,
I
get off
don't know
my
if Ty
I'm
Lopez-
being
right?
controversial.
Yeah.
I hate uni. I'll bash on it. But I love Ty Lopez.
Ty Lopez, yes.
Ty Lopez.
No, honestly, I think I spent like 10 G's with Ty.
Holy
On courses.
moly!
I've
How about
got-
all up? If you're happy to share, of course. But
Oh,
we don't
bro.
want to fucking open up your wallet here. But like, how much you spend on personal development, bro? Let's be real.
In 6 years, I've spent at least $70,000 on self-development.
That's a fucking uni course, guys.
It's a uni course, right?
Fuck.
there.
Yeah, it's about 2 uni courses.
Two
Holy
uni courses.
Yeah, but that's like including books, including like I went to the growth conference that Grant
Yes.
Cardone has. I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but
Yep.
that's like Kevin Hart is on this year. If you guys want to go,
Yeah, so
Oh shit!
Snoop Dogg.
Kevin
Snoop
Hart
Dogg.
going. What
Yeah.
the hell?
yeah, he
Grant
gets-
Cardone gets
Grant
these.
Cardone's
Yeah,
getting all
he
these
gets
big.
those guys.
Yeah.
What the? Is this a marketing ploy? that's
Bro, I
that's
think-
insane though. That's mad.
I think last year he got like Lil Wayne to perform at the
Oh
place as
wow!
well.
This
Talk
guy
about some-
knows how to get a crowd going.
Yeah,
No, but that's it. Like 70 grand. A lot of people won't do that. Like
Yeah.
they won't.
yeah.
Bro, they scoff at $10 for like an ecom course, like a whatever, like a
And they think
like
like
a
Ty Lopez
foundation.
is a scam.
Yeah, it's like
that
$10.
type of thing.
Like you just open up 50 G's on Hex. That there's interest on that. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
let's be real. Like so a lot of people don't aren't willing to. And I'll be honest. Like I was one of them. I'm like, $10 is a lot, guys. In my head, I'm like, that's a lot. And I'm like, and then I bought a snack pack. And I'm like, oh, all right then. Well, $10 it is what it is, right? But, you know what I mean? I bought a snack pack. I could have bought something, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta read it, but you gotta read it. I'm not a reader, oh fuck! Oh, this is going down the fucking toilet right now. It's not happening right. So, but I get you, man. But I
Yeah.
think when you're comfortable at the idea of look, this is for you. You're doing this for yourself, obviously, and you obviously have to sacrifice, and you have to obviously read the material that you bought. You have, you're not gonna buy something like that if you weren't invested in actually going through and commit to the whole idea of, reading it, executing on what you read and what you learned and all that. I haven't been really big on books. I've got heaps of books, but I haven't read them. I think
It
I
doesn't
just
have that much.
I don't know.
not that many books.
It's a lot. It's
But
a
to him
lot
it
for me.
is.
It's a lot for me. I like looking at it. I got a collection going. I'm like, I haven't fucking read anything. Let's be real. I will though. I will. There'll be a time and a place when I do. I think right now,
keep you updated.
yes, we'll definitely keep you updated. But
When you're looking for content, you should just like read yourself a bedtime story and record it.
oh yeah. So
Right.
I listen. That's exactly what I do. I listen on times too. But more importantly, lately I've just been executing.
Oh,
I no theory, just executing, like
Yeah.
straight
I guess
execution.
there's a time and a
Like,
place.
Of course, there's a time and a place, but me, I'm like, I gotta read and then execute. Fuck it, I'm a doer, bro. There's
Mm.
listeners, and are you a listener or visual? I'm a fucking doer. I'm a fucking
He's actually a listener.
execute. I am a listener. I'm a very good listener, but I'm a doer. They call me up, but yeah, I'm a doer. I'm a doer too. Like, let's be real. But yeah, man, fuck.
You're
70
right,
G's is huge, man. Let's be real. Like 70 G's.
Hey, look, it's not small. Even I could say that, but like I said, it was over 6 years. It wasn't all in
Oh
one
yeah,
hit,
yeah.
and you get more confident. And I think the biggest thing is when you implement something into your lifestyle,
Yeah.
whether it's like a positive habit or it's affirmations, like just writing in your journal like your goals every day, every
Something,
night.
do something for yourself.
And you see the results, and they come out real positive. Or even better, right? You do a course like ecom.
Yes.
You spend $10 on it,
Yes.
and you learn how to build a business
Yes.
essentially. And you get that first sale, and you're like, damn.
It's proof of concept.
Actually, you brought up a really good point that I wanted to raise,
Go.
and it's most people don't want to invest in this stuff purely out of fear because they're
100%.
scared of confirming to themselves that they're failures.
Oh, snowflake generation.
We
Yeah,
are called that,
snowflake
actually.
generation. Yeah.
Oh,
Our generation
shit.
is actually called as
Yeah.
the snowflake
Yeah.
generation.
And it's like maybe it's an insecurity within yourself, or just like so much self-doubt in your ability to do things because we've been spoon-fed, learn this, learn
Yep.
this. Oh, you're going to uni? Okay, you're going to do accounting or IT or business or
Yep.
or you want to become a lawyer? Okay,
Mm.
learn this. You
Mm.
never actually had to step back and go, okay,
I think.
I want to decide what I want to choose
Mm.
because it's always been given to me.
Or you're not really like when you take ownership.
And
of
when you
your-
take ownership
Yes.
and you see the results, you're like, oh shit, I made some money on something that I chose to do.
Yes.
That's the switch.
That's
That's the big
where you
switch.
you get that little dopamine hit and
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, this is actually possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, ride the wave, keep the momentum going. Man, it's
Exactly, bro.
actually true, man. Like,
That's it.
yeah. All right, go for it. Go for it, man.
All right, so we're just gonna
Take-
keep it
take
going
control.
because
Yeah.
there's like
Take control.
we literally only have.
No, it's fine. If we go a bit over time, that's fine. But like, look, we're gonna. This is a very important conversation. It's
Maybe we can make a 2-part series.
oh shit. Just
That's-
record the whole
That's
series.
content creation, bro.
bro. Yeah. Fuck.
Nick
go for it,
knows
bro.
it.
2-part.
All right, so you did mention like Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez. Who do you look up to? Name a few. And why do you follow them? And what's your biggest takeaways?
Oh, okay. So,
Big question.
that is. So, Peter Voogd is my first mentor and person that influenced me. And he's sort of the advocate for all millennials. So he
Right.
backs us.
Does he?
He's always like, everyone underestimates us, but they actually don't know how much power we actually have.
Yeah.
Everyone, Google.
Peter Voogd. VOOGD.
Mm-hmm.
Gee,
And then,
yeah.
so here's my first. And then the second was actually Gary Vaynerchuk. You guys probably know a lot about him. He's big.
I think a lot of
Gary V.
like everyone.
lot of
knows.
people
Yeah,
know about Gary
he's
V.
out there. He's out there
Yeah.
these days.
Out of
you know?
all of them,
I don't know, maybe like...
Gary.
No, he's definitely out there. He's
Yeah,
definitely
he's
out
out
there.
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn.
Organic. All organic too,
He's
man. No
organic.
boosting posts, no nothing, bro.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy's
Know about
organic
that, bro.
as, bro.
Yeah, so he's also another big guy that supports us as millennials as
Mm.
well.
Yeah.
And he has like real belief that we'll do a lot of positive things for this
Yep.
planet. So the next one is Grant Cardone, which was my first biggest shift into creating my own paycheck with
Yep.
sales,
Yeah.
Yep.
making those comps. And yeah, he was just like, he's a guy that was at 25 is exactly where we were. He didn't come from a rich family.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
By the way, none of these people came from rich families.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah, that's true.
self-made. So 25, he was doing drugs on the daily. He was just not like looking after himself. And then I think 27, he came to a realization that he's got to get his shit together. And he started late, like 27, probably made his first 6 figures by 28, 29.
Yeah.
And
I don't really know the story, but yeah.
It's a really good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was
no
like-
doubt. Look, the one thing that I like about Grant is his sales skills. I get this question heaps, bro, about real estate. He's pushing like ideas from the US market. It's a very different market here. You know this. I like what he's very energetic when it comes to this shit, and the content that he pushes on it, and the people that ask me like, oh, like, wait, I shouldn't buy a house, blah, blah, this and that. I'm like, bro, the whole system is different there. Like, don't be applying the same shit here because it's really different,
It's
right?
true.
He's multi-level homes, blah, blah, blah. Like that concept wouldn't work here. Like, I'm being straight out, it wouldn't work here. He's talking about the US market. whatever insights he has on the US market, but he kind of umbrellas it, whatever, for lack of a better word. But everything doesn't translate across to here. Like we can't get like 2% loans. We can't get all that. It's very different. But I like him for sales. Everything that I read or listen to him like about is just sales. Real estate, I don't really pay too much attention. It's just very different. If I was in the US, I'd probably take his advice, but with regard to sales, that's probably it. I don't know if you probably agree. I don't know if you agree with me or
No,
not.
I agree.
But
I agree. And that's really good that you said that, because with all these influencers, and there's so many of them, right?
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of them that are in this space trying to teach people about awareness and mindset and all that stuff. And you just really got to take what is important to you.
Yeah.
At that
I
time.
took this one off RJ. It's like listen to the message, not the messenger, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
RJ, we got to get you on here one time, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking oath. That guy's a sick
I need to
cunt.
be here too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Bro,
need to
yeah.
buy another mic?
Yes, we'll get another setup. That's all right.
It's
But
all
yeah,
right.
the message, not the messenger. Like that
That's
was so
it.
important. I'm like, hey, kind of just read between the lines type shit, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly right.
And the last is
Mm.
obviously Ty Lopez.
Lamborghini and a Ferrari like this. Oh, hectic,
Here
bro.
in my garage.
Yeah, hard out.
If you guys actually listen to his stuff and he explains his first ad that got him big, that Lamborghini in the garage,
Ooh, that one's a game
Yeah.
changer.
it's so smart what he did.
Oh,
Because it
man.
wasn't even about the
Very.
Lamborghini, but he got you guys
It
to
wasn't.
listen.
Yeah.
So, but the rest of his stuff is, really good. And he talks about,
100%.
I think I embody more of Ty's stuff now than the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like his 4 pillars of the great life.
Yep.
Getting like out of 1 to 10, getting a 10 in health, wealth, love, and happiness.
Oh, yep.
And how
Yep.
to do that
Yeah.
and balancing that.
Yep.
I think if everyone learned something from him, it'd be that for sure. And then the rest will come.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, that's my 4. I don't think I have any more after that.
They're huge. Really in line with kind of what, I don't know, I
Yeah.
kind of, the people I follow and who I
Yeah.
kind of, have takeaways from.
Yeah, get like a handful of them. Don't follow everyone. Just
Oh,
I
yeah.
follow everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
'cause
100%.
that's when you get that.
That I'm so confused. What do I do? And then
Yeah.
you just like analysis.
Paralysis.
Yes. Okay, so going away from like the influences into your experiences and lessons, what's the biggest lessons? So we'll say name 3 biggest lessons in life, business, or career to date.
No order, just whatever, to you that's been the most like, whoa, fuck.
The 3 that
Good
I
or bad,
think-
doesn't really matter. Just like what you learn.
Yeah, the 3 that I think everyone could take a lot from is, 1 would be definitely change your circle of influence. And
Yep.
what that means is the people that you surround yourself with. I'm not saying get rid of your friends. I'm not saying get rid of your family, but obviously if you surround yourself with toxic people, you're just gonna constantly feel shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
but in this case, I mean, surround yourself with people like Jono, like Ali,
Yup.
and
Let's go.
they and really like level up your mindset, because if you're in a sort of like a pack like that, then you'll naturally want to improve yourself,
Yeah.
and you feel good about it too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
circle of influence is one. Another one that I have is not mine. It's Peter Voogd's. Actually, it's called the EVE ratio, and that's the entertainment versus education ratio. So if your entertainment, like you're playing games, you're watching Netflix, you're going to festivals, outweighs how much you're actually learning, the time
Mhm.
that you're dedicating to each of those activities, then you can pretty much see, and this is a very blunt statement, but you want to be successful, I could tell you right now, looking at your habits, how successful you're going to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes how much time you're dedicating to self-development, learning about yourself, learning business or something that's going to generate income versus playing Netflix, playing, games.
And look,
Games.
it's a very important point. And I'll just I'll just say something real quick. Like, there was a time where I wasn't doing that. Like we all weren't doing that.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
we
I
all
wasn't
have
doing that as well.
we all have a phase
For sure.
when we're not doing that, and it's not even really at the top of our heads, not even in the back of our minds. We're just going through the motions, and when shit clicks for you, that's when it'll click. And for some of us, it clicks sooner. Like there's like 13-year-old millionaires, whatever, 18-year-old millionaires now. It clicked for them then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
A lot of us sometimes it happens, after high school, and we kind of go through the motions, and then when it clicks, right? So, huge. It's very important. Like we all kind of go through it, and we realize when we realize. But yeah, I'll let you finish off with the lessons, man. Did you have any?
Yeah. So the last one is, I actually thought of this before, but it's alright.
Yeah.
So it's definitely circle of influence, EV ratio, and the last one that I would say for you guys is the most important is patience. Like,
Right.
Yes.
That's a good one. Fuck yeah.
Patience
Nick.
is so important,
Yeah.
bro. Like I said, people are too worried about what they can get done in 1 week, in 2 weeks, when it's more of a marathon rather than a sprint.
Yeah. Good point.
And patience, just like knowing that if you're doing everything right, habits wise, and you're learning something each and every day, all of that compounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes time. Everything takes time when you step into this game. If you're gonna go into ecom and expect to earn, 10K a day after 6 months of ecom, bro, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work out like that.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah. 100%.
So, and
Patience, huge.
patience with your friends, patience with your family, patience with your business partners, patience just in
It'll
general.
translate across,
Yeah.
like
The
100%.
the more you can sort of control your emotional state, man, that alone you'll change.
It's all about laying those bricks one at a time, like
Yeah.
perfectly one at a time.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Talking about habits. What's 3 habits
Mm.
that help you be you?
3 habits. So I try and do. Okay, so the first one definitely is journaling. Like I write my goals as soon as I wake
That's a
up,
good one.
and then
Mm.
as before I go to bed, I write my goals again, and that's always just refreshing for what I'm living
100%.
on, like purpose.
That's pretty good, actually.
And that's it. You can do whatever you want. I do like 1 month, then 3 months, then 12 months.
Yep.
To be in the moment, and then every quarter I might do like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years.
Like what you're writing down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's been a big one. And then the second good habit is actually RJ talked about this recently. It's called eating the frog.
Oh,
So-
the most difficult task.
Yeah.
first.
First thing in the morning. So everything else seems easier, and that's a game changer too, because if you're getting one difficult task done every single day in the morning, that's
Mhm.
365 tasks a year, and that could be towards anything.
And when you do it in the morning, everything for the rest of that day feels easy.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's easy. So you just feel good,
Yeah.
right? And feeling good has so much of an impact on the rest of your day. So if you do that right, but I get you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not perfect or anything. Like we're not perfect. Like I don't have rock solid habits and I try to, but I just I don't know. I'm just, I guess, trying to be self aware, and I catch myself when I'm not supposed to be doing
That's
something,
good.
right?
That's
Like
important.
you gotta be like, oh fuck, like don't buy that HSP and $10. Come on, go here, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me, right?
My willpower for HSPs is weak.
Ah, bro, I know. Man, yeah, I know. And this
We
weather's
shouldn't
not
get
even.
breakfast. We should go get
Oh, definitely
HSP.
not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Oh my god, please. And it's been so hot. Like, I don't know if it's as hot as where you're at, bro.
It's still hot.
So hot here, bro. Bro.
Well, you
It's
guys
so
are like
hot.
45. Even in the east, it's still 30 degrees. Oh, okay, when you guys were 45 yesterday, I think it was like 36, 37.
Oh, how good is that? We should move out east.
Yeah,
No,
east
we'll
is
just
suburbs.
stay in the
Nah.
west.
but they got the beach. That's why.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah. Did you want to?
Um,
I don't know. Wait. Yeah, I'll let you continue. Maybe
I
one more
think-
habit. Or
Yeah.
is
So
that
3.
Oh yeah, that
One
was.
more.
Oh.
Wasn't there one more?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, there is. I only did 2, right?
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
said eat the frog. That was the second.
Oh
one.
yeah,
So
yeah,
eat
yeah.
the frog was the second one. And the third one was really more of a how can I say, like a lifestyle habit. So but
Okay.
so there's like 4 pillars of the good life:
Mm-hmm.
health,
Mhm.
wealth, love, and happiness. This is more of a health one rather than a wealth one, and that's more or less like you guys need to do, like, look after yourself when it comes down to your body, your
Yep.
mindset, and your energy is a lot based on how you feel in your body,
Yeah,
right?
huge.
So
Very true.
you got to go to like gym, do whatever it is, go for a run, get up your energy, do yoga, whatever it is,
Yeah,
meditation, what it is. And then when I say health with your body and health for your mind.
yeah.
Yeah. Has like
So
true.
It's
shit.
synonymous, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like body, mind. Like you got to take care of body. Body will take care of mind. Mind will take care. You got
Exactly.
to take care of it. 100%.
So
That's huge, man.
Yeah, and it's all about your energy, because everyone's only got a finite amount of decisions they can make a day.
Yeah.
This is just like science. Like,
Oh man,
So-
Dropping some science.
bro,
on
you're
you.
dropping some fucking good gems, right? So it really dives into something that really just sparked this thing in my head, right?
well, you better say it.
And RJ brings. We keep bringing up
You
RJ.
have to kind of explain to the listeners
Yeah.
who don't know RJ. Like you
He's
have
a good
to-
mate of mine. He's a good mate of ours. We'll bring him on. Trust me.
He makes bank.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Maybe he does. But yeah, so it really brings up to my point around, you know, what you said about I guess. See, I forgot.
Energy.
Oh yeah, energy, right? Fucking, you're so good, bro. You brought me back on track, bro. I'm a
Yeah.
fucking anyway. So energy, man, and RJ brings this up heaps, like, and it's really important when you're young. You got a bunch of energy. We don't have as much energy as we had when we were kids, because kids were running around being fucking a handful, like all
Mhm.
kids are. And as we get older, we lose our energy, and we have, you know, not as much of energy. So you want to be using your energy now and transmuting that energy into something that will give you that, to build that empire. Like now, start now when you have the energy, because later you won't, and you're gonna wish that you did build it when you had the energy.
Regret.
You regret maybe, but you know what I mean. You know the
Mm.
point I'm trying to make. Like, but you have the energy now, fucking
Yeah.
do it.
It's because people make excuses, bro. And I'm not calling out anyone here, but I might
I'm
be.
calling out all the
but
excuses.
I'm calling out all the
I
excuses.
call out myself.
We're
I'm-
all calling
Jono,
out
I'm
excuses.
calling out myself.
Even myself.
I
as
fucking
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I let's be honest. Well, everyone here, I have excuses.
Like, I'm
Each
struggling
day,
with gym.
each day. Oh, I'm
That was me for like a whole month.
yes. We all have our struggles, man. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man.
And most people are
go.
like 90% of people spend the first half of their life going, I'm still too young to do that, or I've got enough time.
Because we're told that. Too.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
they spend the second half of their life going, shit, I'm too old for this. I'm too late. I don't have
Oh,
enough
man.
time.
Yeah.
100%. Like no one in their 20s is like on lockdown as much as you will be in your 30s and 40s. Like you don't have the mortgage, you got no responsibilities. You don't have a car. You don't have all this shit to bog you
kids.
down. You know, you have kids. Like you have energy. Like this is fucking peak. Your prime. This is your prime. You got to do shit.
Pretty
alright?
much.
And this is me. I'm talking to myself right now. Like I'm G'ing myself up so I can G you guys up. Like I'm trying to G people up here, because it's true, man. Full of energy. And when you have it, you want to be using it while you have it. Because let's be honest, we're taking that energy for granted.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to take that shit for granted, right? Because when you don't have it, you're gonna wish you had it, and when you wish you had it, you're gonna oh fuck, like that's it, my time is done, and you're gonna be wish you were fucking dead at 45. I don't know, who the fuck knows?
But this is even for those people that are listening if you are 40 right now,
Or 30.
or 30,
Yeah,
or
whoever.
50.
Or 50.
It's
Ooh.
never the end of the line. Like there's some guy at work, right? He called me, you know, inbound call. Hey, Jono, like, blah, blah, blah. I've got a business, mate. He's like, gave me the web address. Cool. I'm looking at the web address. He's like, yeah, mate, I'm 75. I'm doing this e-commerce, Shopify, blah, blah, blah. Can you help me with website optimization, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, mate, look, we got into like 10, 15 minutes just talk about how good, like he's trying to, like he's 75, bro. What, you're insane. Like who does that when they're 70? But that goes to show how he's still like, it doesn't end. The road to success, the road to improving, to make shit better for his lifestyle, whatever it is, doesn't fucking end. Like he's still going. He's probably retired, and he's trying to still keep his mind active, you know, stimulate whatever. But yeah, whatever stage you are in life, it's not fucking the end of the world. Even this day and age, there's so much shit that you can do
We like medicine,
to
right?
get ahead. Yeah.
With like modern medicine, and if you're 40, you gotta realize that you're gonna be living another second half of exactly what you've lived up to this point. Now,
100%.
again,
You're living two
Yeah.
lives.
you're living two lives.
We're blessed with two lives. Let's be honest. Like we can, like
Well,
the whole.
You and Ali are blessed with like 5 more lives.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Relax,
live that
okay?
long, bro. I'll be fragile and
Relax.
shit.
if you're really young and you're like maybe 15 or something, you're way ahead.
You have no idea. Like,
And that's like going back to patience.
oh yeah,
Like, damn,
patience.
Everyone wants it now.
everyone wants to know.
Everyone
wants it
I'm guilty for that too,
now. How
yeah.
good? Yeah. No,
My
that's
plans are like, I'll be like a 7-figure boy, hopefully by 40. That's my plan.
we're all on
If
our
I make it
path.
before, then cool.
Yeah,
But
100%,
If I make
100%,
it
man.
later, then
We're here to
it's
keep you
alright.
accountable. We're all here to
We
keep you
are.
accountable.
That's scary. All right.
But yeah, the next question. It's alright. We'll go a bit over time. Who cares? Oh yeah,
Maybe
so
like 15 minutes.
yeah.
over
So
there.
anyway, this one, big, huge one, bro. So, you're 29. You're still pretty young. Let's be honest. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. So my next question: if you could go back to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself? Why? Like why? What? Why? What would? How? Why? Whatever it is. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss it for me, bro.
I'm going to ask you why. I'm just going to keep asking you why.
Yeah. So like,
I'm going to get deep.
what would you? 18. Fuck. Run that, bro. What? Tell me. Interesting, isn't it?
Okay, so this is my life philosophy for myself.
Go
right?
for it.
From 18, and if I could do it again, then I tell myself the same thing. And you might not even have to ask why, because it's pretty deep already.
Go for it.
Ooh,
Let's
okay.
do
Okay.
it.
Challenge us.
All right. So, what I tell him is that, look, Nick Jr., all right, little boy.
You think you know? Yeah, I'm sorry.
You think
Let
you
him
know
talk.
everything, but you don't, all right? No, I tell him this one thing that would like trigger him, and he'd live the rest of his life by. So, look, at the end of your life, let's say at the end of your life, you're gonna look into a mirror, right? Oh, no, fuck that. At the end of your life, you're gonna see another person, another version of yourself there. That person made all the right moves his whole life. So essentially, that's the most successful in health, wealth, love, and happiness version of you.
Mm.
When you get to that end and you're looking at that person, you don't want to see a stranger.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
And that's what I don't want. I don't want to get to the end of my life and go look at that guy and go, fuck, I wish I did what he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I really do.
That is insane. I've
yeah.
never heard that one before. That is a fucking wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That
So
actually.
that's why I tell him.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's facts though.
You got a why?
That's
Yeah, let's
Go,
go
why.
why.
No, I was joking.
No.
That's the deepest I can get, though.
Well, that's pretty deep there. I'm speechless, but like I'm borderline speechless. Like I've never heard of that before. But like, is that you've always thought that way? Like that's
No, this is like,
is that recent?
yeah,
Fuck.
like maybe a year or two ago, I started thinking that. That's when I started really like hammering down.
Yeah, right. Oh my lord, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
that's a good-
you
that's
guys,
a good
you guys
analogy.
you guys take it off for yourself. I mean, when you think about it like that,
And who taught you that? Like who told you that?
no.
You come across it? Like a lot of shit
think-
we come across, right?
I've come across the only person I think I might be wrong, but it was like Ed Milet. But I don't think you listened to him. There's quite a few people that are like quite similar.
Oh,
They
yeah.
like the philosophies they live by
Yeah.
are similar.
No, but
it's different people. So.
Irrespective, man. That's like that's a huge one, man.
I actually
Yeah.
don't know.
That's
But that'd be crazy if it is.
that's
No, honestly,
Ed Milet,
the-
reach out.
in my
honestly, the
please.
success principles, like
Yeah.
they're all preaching it. It's just in a different.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like you take something and you repackage it, you white label it, right? It's the same shit, but you white label it, private label. How good is that? Same shit, right?
I white labeled without white labeling. Can you?
Great minds think
It
alike.
fucking,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, I mean that's
I
the
mean, that's
biggest-
facts. That's facts, bro. I hope a lot of people took away something from that, because that's like, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I don't want to be at that age, and especially a lot of people in my circle, and we're having that talk, and we had the same talk. Like, we had all this high energy talk when we're in our 20s, and later they full of regret, and they just, I don't know. I don't want people to be bitter, low energy, bitter, just fucking full of regret, this and that. Like, that's what I don't want for people. At the end of the day, like, I'm thinking that far ahead. I don't want to have that conversation with people. I don't want to hear that. Like,
Like I regret.
it's just sad. Like,
It is sad.
it's really sad. I don't know if that's I don't know if because I look at my parents. We look at our parents, and they've sacrificed a lot for us. They probably could have had a better life or whatever, but they wanted to give us a better life. You know what I mean? They're so selfless, right? But we'll get into the next question, right? So the next question. Fast forward 10 years, man. And you kind of answered this already. Like, you want to be...
You even went 40.
Yeah, he already went 40. Fuck, you're almost 30. Well, anyway. Yeah.
A little over.
Yeah, you're still young, bro. You're still young.
Right.
But yeah, in terms of...
30, bro.
Oh, bro, he's still young, trust.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this guy, I don't feel the age gap.
I don't.
I'm
either.
fucking 23. He's 29. I don't feel like we're 6 years apart.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's weird.
Sure.
But yeah, next question. Fast forward 10 years, where would you like to be with your mental, physical, wealth, like business, all that, like relationships, spiritual, all that, happiness? 10
You say
years.
you write your goals, so
So you already write your
Yeah,
goals.
what's
We
your
we
goals
spoke about
and-
what you tell yourself at 18. What would you tell yourself, in 10 years? Like, what would you tell yourself? Where would you want to be? You're probably already working towards it, bro. You're probably halfway there.
Huh?
You probably say the
Yeah,
same philosophy, but like, where do you want to?
No, look, in
go.
10 years, I
Whatever.
want to
vision.
get to like a state of this is gonna sound like sad,
No,
but
go for it.
no, like I just want to be genuinely and authentically happy.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, my biggest thing and the whole reason I'm on this journey for myself is actually not for myself. So, and you know how that book, Why? Was it by Simon Sinek?
I haven't read it.
I don't know. I don't read, remember?
Okay, so when you start doing this, everyone's like, oh, you gotta figure out your why. You gotta figure out your why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? And people are like, oh, I want money. I want financial freedom. And then they go, why do you want that? And then they go, oh, I want to support my family. And like, why do you want to support your family? And they like really G you up and shit.
Yeah.
For me, like I talk to myself. I did that to myself.
Mm.
And at the very bottom, I said, I want to make my mom proud of me before she dies.
Right.
Yeah.
So in 10 years...
I'm already proud of you, bro.
Huh? Thanks, bro.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, genuinely,
Oh,
like,
it's huge.
everything, like, when you're like, I want to just send my parents overseas for the rest of their life, give them like an unlimited bank account, they can do whatever they want,
Yeah.
like all that stuff. And so in 10 years, like, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
But that's what you're working towards, right?
But yeah,
I
as
mean-
long as I can do whatever I can now to make my mom, like, just fucking say, we
Thank
never
you.
had this
Yes.
in the family.
Oh,
But
100%.
that's
So-
like what pushes you, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel
huge.
too. Like, it's like you're going against time, and it's
Yeah,
like you don't
yeah.
actually know.
You don't actually know. So that's why you just gotta, like, 110% every single day. And your why has to really, like, tug at your fucking emotions.
Oh,
bro.
man.
If you're not
gotta-
crying,
oh, yeah.
then you haven't figured it out.
Like, when you feel like not doing something, that why will just
Yeah.
keep you on track. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be that strong that when you don't feel like doing anything, that'll still
that will
keep you
happen.
going.
Yeah.
Because it'll fucking happen. Like, you wouldn't
Happens
want
a
to.
lot.
Yeah. Oh, fuck this.
You're not always gonna
This
feel like doing
fucking-
this stuff, man.
This path of ours, bro, is
Yeah.
not for the fucking faint-hearted, bro. Like,
Nah, bro.
you need to be fucking like tough.
Yeah.
Fuck
So,
me. But
yeah,
that's
in 10
what
years,
it
it's
is.
happiness.
Oh, it's huge, man. Like, so next 10 years, but a lot of people would have similar shit, right?
Yeah.
But that's
Probably
what
goes for everyone.
that's
man.
it probably translates across, but I'm sure everyone feels that way.
Well, talking about that, that's really good. I really like that.
Take the reins, babe.
We'll,
Do
we'll
it.
go. We'll go with. Okay, so in 10 years, like, let's go into like
Mm.
the physical realm, like, you know, the world. What do you actually want to do, like physically, like physical health? Like, what do you want it to look like?
Oh man.
Let's
Okay,
go
so
dot point by dot point.
all right. So physical health, obviously, I need it to be
Shredded.
On point.
on
Shredded
point.
year round.
Like I better be able to go to
10-pack.
an EDC with my shirt off.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh,
Goals.
Super Saiyan. 100%.
That's
But
good.
actually, though, like, yeah, like I need to be fit and
Mm-hmm.
not die after running like 2 minutes.
Yeah. They call that, Ed Milet calls that business athlete.
Yeah, that's a good fucking point.
A business,
business
athlete.
athlete.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of the
Mm.
like the people that are doing business now.
Yeah, they're all getting shredded
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
because that's
shredded.
how important energy and
The
health
body,
is.
mind, the whole, correlation there. Go for it.
Okay, so you kind of already talked about mental as well there, and then you've got wealth.
Wealth. All right. So in 10 years, I definitely got a goal to be at least 8 figures.
What's 8 figures
So
again?
at least 10 mil.
Oh, I'm so bad at math. 8 figures? What's 8 figures? Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, I got you. Wow, bro. You know what? I'm going to fucking call it out now, bro. We're going to pull up in a dealership and just pay cash. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. You and me, bro.
Yeah.
That's us, bro.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up to the dealership to buy the dealership.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
okay.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh, I was thinking that far ahead, but yeah, all right, fuck it, we'll do it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then you can pull up, and then I'm like,
I'll buy it when you own the dealership.
yeah. I'm like, oh,
Give you some money there.
what you got?
Give it to me. Yeah, sorry, man. I'll let you.
Okay, so business.
Fucking that's you, bro.
Yeah.
So for those people that can't see what I'm doing right now, I'm juggling because you're gonna be juggling shit. You're gonna be juggling multiple shit.
Junkling.
Juggling?
Uh,
Juggling, bro. Juggling. You know what I mean?
Juggling.
You're already juggling heaps.
He's
bro,
already
let's be honest.
juggling
You're
now.
already juggling the
Yeah.
world, cuz.
So business-wise, I probably have like a
Good little
15
income streams. 50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
by
something
40,
like
by 40, I think 10 income streams.
Oh, solid.
Right
bro.
now, they're being made. But
Oh, yep.
Yep.
yeah,
Foundation.
it's foundations first.
Yeah.
You gotta look after your own house.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
But when they're done, it's already 3 or 4
Oh, right. Yep.
when they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon, bro.
You don't have to answer the next question, but intimate relationship.
That's
Is there
probably.
going to be
I'm trying to save you here,
a
bro.
missus?
He doesn't have to answer that question, please. No comment from my client here. Over here. No comment. That's up to you, bro. We don't have to talk. But let's
Yeah.
talk about it another time,
We don't
bro.
have
We
to
are
talk
over
about it.
time. Let's be honest. We are over time. No
He
comment.
hasn't said yes or no.
All right,
like, if
all
he
right.
wants to
I'm
answer
just trying to
it,
save
you
him.
know.
It's up to you. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. Another
Do
time,
you
mate.
see?
Another time. Let's be
Do
real.
you
Another
see like a missus coming into the
time.
picture?
Of course.
Look, there could be potential.
He's on his purpose, love.
There could be potential.
Could be.
There's a lot of shit that I need to sort out, like with my house before, because that's the
100.
hardest thing. Like if you're in this game and you're in a relationship, like have the biggest level of communication, bro. Because if you don't have that communication and that understanding that you need to sacrifice the short term to have longevity and happiness in the long term, then you're just like self-sabotaging, bro.
I think what I hope
Huge.
for you is that you'll find someone that's going to be like-minded.
That's
And that's
about
supportive.
Mm.
that's about that. Like she knows you're on your purpose. This
Like
and
she
that.
won't drag you
she-
down because you're like out busy.
Yeah.
Because like if you listen to a lot of the entrepreneurs, like they found their wife and they just buckled down on that girl because they were like, okay, she's it because she's so supportive. She understands that.
Huge.
Okay, because girls, I know that I get very clingy sometimes, and
Oh,
you know.
bro. Oh,
but
did I
I
say
also,
something?
but I also understand that
It's your
he's on
podcast,
the
bro.
grind.
Say what you want.
Oh, I get you, man.
Like
I love
he's
you too.
on the grind. So like for something that we've done is, okay, on the weekends we'll see each other, not during the weekdays, which is like a big commitment on both ends
But
because
that was so
if
tough.
you- yeah,
When I was working in
sure.
real estate, I get the fucking the how you going. You don't see me on the weekdays type shit. I'm like, holy fuck, really? I'm
That
doing
was
this right
when
now.
I was like not.
I know.
on my
She's
path,
improved,
you know.
bro. She's improved. I got
Thank
She was
you.
sending me messages
Yeah.
going, you get to see my boyfriend more than I get.
Yeah,
oh,
for
sure.
yes. I
Right.
remember back in the days. Back in the days, bro. Back in the days for sure, bro. Fuck, so long ago. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I'd
what
probably-
I just hope
yeah.
for you. So,
Yeah.
thanks. and then you've got family friend relationships.
Yeah, I
We'll definitely stay connected with this guy. Like,
yeah.
we'll build our circle around, you know, the core
Yeah.
group already, bro. Like any person that I meet, I
That's
just
like
bring him in.
driven.
Bring him in.
Yeah.
Bring him in, bro. I don't know if you wanted to add to that, but yeah, I just
No,
wanted to
yeah,
fucking
of
throw
course,
that
bro.
in.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, family, friends. I will get everyone. You know, I'll start a company. I'll hire them all as my employees and send them off to like fucking Hawaii.
100.
Yes.
100.
And then we've also got, you already mentioned happiness. So the last one will be spiritually. So
Man, spiritually is a big one right now. Like I've just started focusing on my spiritual side, because when you're doing the self-development stuff again, you sort of go through stages,
yeah.
you know. At the start, you're like, who the fuck am I? Then you go, okay, this is who I am. Let's start working on that. And I got to a plateau last year, last year, and I didn't know where to go self-development wise. I thought I'd done everything I could. Like you can always improve, but you get to a certain level where you go, okay, that's enough learning about that because I already know that.
Yeah.
And now I looked into the spiritual side of things, and I realized that's my next level of growth. And you guys like look at Will Smith and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're all very spiritual now. They're very, you know,
It's all about
manifesting in
one-upping.
the universe.
Yeah.
They're talking about maybe not so much a higher power, but you know, what's your intention? Put it out there, and it'll come to you. And I'm starting to like really believe that now. So yeah, spiritually in 10 years, I don't know, I'll be like a monk or some shit.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Buddha, bro. Just floating, bro. So self-actualized, you're floating, bro. Imagine that, bro. Fuck out. Go, bro.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Okay, so we are coming to the sad
When are we doing? Oh, go.
closing.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, we'll have him here again, and we'll get into some more deeper shit. But I could talk for hours.
Yeah, we can
We
talk
could
for
talk for hours
hours.
with this guy,
We
bro.
actually talk
Come
for
on,
hours.
we could.
can.
We gotta keep it short and sweet, bro. An hour. I don't know why that's short and sweet, but yeah. An
No,
hour,
but you guys
it's
did
a bit
pretty
of an hour, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you guys did pretty
Yeah.
good for your first podcast.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, man.
We're practicing before.
Yeah, we were practicing before. Obviously it's different when you have a guest, and
Yeah,
it's,
guest,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, awesome. But yeah, I think
Alrighty.
That's why you're sweating.
Oh, bro, I know.
He's nervous.
Am I nervous?
Nah, you're not.
I never sweated so much. I'm not even sweating. It's just my armpits, bro. I don't know why, but anyway.
For those that can't see him.
Oh
obviously.
shit! Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
It's
so you know, you plug in social.
Oh,
For
Plug
those
your
who
social
actually
to-
don't know who Nick is, some of our mates actually know who you are. So those who don't know who Nick is, please
oh yeah,
share your
sure.
social.
Yeah, bro.
You've
My
got it.
main one is probably just like the gram. So
Yeah.
Nick NICK.TIEU is my last name.
Yeah.
And
That's
like
my
I'm
boy.
always putting up. Thanks, bro. I'm always putting up stuff that's motivational. I've been a bit lacking lately because I'm trying to.
It's
sort
hard to
of,
be consistent on that
Hard
shit,
to be
bro.
consistent, especially if you're trying to like juggle everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's no excuse.
That's an excuse.
Excuse.
Oh,
That's
true.
an
excuse.
Here we go. Plug your
Nah.
shit, bro. Plug it,
Nah,
bro. It's
so
good enough
it's-
to plug, but
yeah.
plug it.
Nick.2. I always put stuff on. It's mostly motivational stuff about business, stuff about what I'm doing. I'm documenting my journey on that mainly, and you know, slide in my DM.
I wanna, yeah. Wait, yes,
Yeah.
I wanna second that, bro. Slide into this dude's DMs, bro. He's got a wealth of knowledge, especially in like resorting, developing, and all that type of shit. Like he's got a very, very deep knowledge. So any questions, like I do encourage. If you do have questions, bro, I encourage you to hit up us. Like we all have our strengths, and
Yeah.
we're really happy to share or answer any questions. Like dead set, like
Always.
always. I'd rather you talk to us and not just, you know, hope for the best type shit, right?
Yeah.
Make it come to conclusions on your own type shit. But yeah, man, plug your shit. Was that all?
Anything
Yeah.
You have
else
more
or just
shit?
Insta.
Oh well,
Insta's the main one, eh?
Insta's the main one. The rest, like I don't really use. So
Oh, sick. But we'll
Which will
definitely have you
change
on
in a
again,
few
man.
years,
It'll
though.
change in a few years.
Changing
Um,
it
we got-
Insta, Facebook, go hit up Jono and Ali. They got me as friends.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's true. We'll
fucking
plug
love
you
this
in
guy.
on the.
On the thing,
On
yeah,
the-
on the thing.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're sorting this, bro. We're sorting this out
still
as we
trying to
go.
figure
Man.
it out,
We're
you
figuring
know?
it out.
And that's the best part that you guys started. Oh, that is really important before I finish up.
Here we go.
Is never wait until you think you're ready. Because
Ooh, yes,
by the
that's a
time
big
that
one.
you think you're ready,
Nick, man, you're so good
Sorry,
at this. You're so good at this shit, bro. That's
Ne-
it.
always
go for
start
it.
when you're not ready. Like
Yep.
the moment that how can I word this? It just popped in. So if you're starting a business, I'm gonna do this from a business point, but
Yep.
it applies to everything.
Yep.
So if you're 70% sure you should start a business, or 100% sure you're ready to start a business, is because you've seen validation that everyone else that started that business is working.
Is
And you're
working.
like, okay, so it works, I want to start it.
Yes.
That's
Mm.
too late. You need to do
Right.
it when you're like 20%, 40% sure.
Yep.
Even 40% might be a little too late already. So when you're 20%, you're like, oh, should I do it? Just do it. Like these guys with the podcast.
Oh, let's be
Yes.
real,
Not
man.
just with business, right? It's
Yeah.
with
It's with everything.
everything.
Everything. 100%, bro.
Start before you're ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go
All
for it.
right. To finish
Are we
off
doing
the
rapid?
podcast, we're doing a rapid
Fucking
fire.
rapid, bro.
I didn't know
We're
that.
gonna work on this, yeah, man. We're gonna
Questions.
fire away, cause, yeah,
So
it's just quick shit, bro.
it's just quick stuff.
We're just trying to make this, I don't know, fun or whatever. I don't know.
Just to
Alright.
finish off on a more fun.
We're trying to make
note.
ourselves fun, bro. You know.
Trying to make ourselves fun because we're not fun.
Yeah, it's you know, bro.
I know.
All right. So, you only have a few seconds to answer each question. So it's
Okay.
Yeah,
literally-
don't think too much. Just off the top
Just
of
off
the
the
dome,
top,
bro.
whatever-
Off the top of
Oh.
your dome.
All right. Is this like
Okay.
NSFW or what?
No, it's just really random, random
Oh, okay.
questions.
All right.
All right, let's get started. Morning or night?
Morning.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Yeah, you are hot.
Salt or pepper?
Salt.
Winter or summer?
Yes.
Gold or silver?
Silver.
Ooh, interesting. Loud or quiet?
Oh, who's asking? Quiet.
Assertive or aggressive?
Oh, assertive.
Nice. Short or long?
Ooh,
3.
long.
High or low?
High.
Land or sky?
Sky.
Indoor or outdoor?
Indoor.
House or apartment?
House.
House, baby.
Logical or creative?
Oh. I'm gonna say creative.
Perfect. And this one's for the listeners. If you'd like to leave anything to the listeners, one saying, one quote, one sentence, what would it be?
Just don't underestimate yourself. If you actually 10x'd everything you wanted to do, you'll always achieve more than what you think. So, yeah. Never underestimate your own abilities, your own capabilities. Always shoot. And just shoot literally from the hip. Don't even aim. Just shoot and you'll be surprised how much you get done.
Yeah,
Your
Yeah.
back's against the wall.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Thank you.
I think that's it. Are we good?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That was our
No,
first
that-
one. I hope you guys got a lot out of that. That was Nick
Thank
too,
you,
my
Nick,
boy.
For
Thank you.
coming out to
This
the
This
West.
guy
West.
came from fucking
The
botany. He came from botany. Just Google that and Google Plumpton. You'll see how far this guy traveled to come here. But yeah, this is one of many that we've got lined up. Again, it'll be along the same lines. But thank you so much for coming here, brother.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks
And I hope
for you guys taking your time out as well and
Ooh.
having me.
yes.
Damn.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Sure.
I'm excited to see where you guys are going with your podcast. I'm so happy that you guys are doing a podcast as well. Holy shit.
Oh,
Because-
Big
Bro,
man.
the
I
time
love you.
it took so long.
Yeah, it was a long time in the
Execution.
It was just
Exactly
we
what
just
Nick
wasn't
said.
executing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But we owe a lot of people. We'll have those people on. We owe a lot of people
Yeah,
like
there's
thank
quite a
yous
few
because
people.
they help push this as well, right? But
Just
yeah,
wanted to say thank you to my boss as well because he's my mentor and he's pushing me.
thank you everyone for listening. Hope you guys got a lot out of that. Yeah, like I said, we got heaps lined up.
Give us a message on who you'd like next.
Yes, just let us know. Let us know. But that's it for today. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.